G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this will be my Knackers Yard. We will carry on with this engine from the CB250 Superdream. And we're going for the split today, or gearbox I suppose. We're going for the split to say. I think I've got all the bolts out on the last upload. I ran out of time more than anything else. I'm going to see if I can get you a slightly better angle, higher, so you can see what's going on. And we'll see if we can do this thing. As the beautiful summer weather returns to normal, this is my setup. Let's see if this works. Hopefully you'll get a better angle than you would from the side. And just a thought to it, I just realised I haven't explained why I'm working quite so high. The key issue is the cam chain tensioner, which is still attached and can't be detached until you split them. So obviously you can't crush that, so you need to keep that free, so you need to build up. My bench is quite high anyway. I chose that because I'm quite a tall guy, but it just means it pushes it even higher and my frame doesn't even come close. So right, let's give this a go. Right, if the camera's wobbling around, that's because I've banged my head on you once already. Yeah, I have, I'm not sure if you can see, it's just, oh no, just in shot. There is a break in the cover, which I hadn't noticed before. Obviously it's covered by the chain guard, etc, but it's always a bit annoying when you find it. That wasn't me. Not yet. We are getting there. I have movement. Just trying to work out where I don't have movement, I suppose is probably the best way to put it. I think it's on this side. Rubber mallet, obviously. I am getting movement up. Oh, keep twatting my head on you. Sounds me right for trying to be imaginative, I think. Right. Seems to be getting somewhere. It seems to be quite free on the far end. A bit more snagged on this end. I don't want to say snagged. A bit less free. Now from the book, I think everything is supposed to be staying in the top half, i.e. the lower half, because I've got the engine inverted, and yet the main drive seems to want to come off with the top rather than the bottom, or rather than stay with the bottom. I wonder if that's not helping. Trying not to clout my head on me. That's not it, it's that. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. No, that seems good. Not obviously scrape too hard at edges, but I'm just getting rid of anything that might be gumming it. But I think it's around that main gear. Not wanting to play. I'm not wanting to let go. Oop. Yeah, that seems to be the main drive, letting go. Ta-da! I think the first time that's seen fresh air in a long time, and the biggest relief for me currently is that the oil filter has come out in a oneer, which is brilliant news, because it should, I'm just going to get some light on the subject and see what I can see. It should mean that I can get some heat to the actual threads of that bolt and see if I can remove the oil filter. But I mean, look at the schmeg, and that is nasty, 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 nasty. I mean, it's loose silt, it's not corrosion, therefore to my mind it should wash off relatively easily, but fairly damn coated on the inside as well. Look at that shit. Look at that. Ugh. 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 Yeah, there is all sorts of nasty in there. I can't quite see what you can see. I mean, it doesn't appear to be anything mechanically, well, there's nothing mechanically broken. All of the gears themselves look, or the cogs I should say, look fine. There's no obvious clunkiness. It's just nasty. What the fuck has happened to this? The oil filter has utterly shut itself. Look at that. Ugh. Yeah, I might have to invest in a 3-gallon bucket of brake cleaner. But, I mean, listen, apart from the rain you can hear. Running smooth, there's no clucks, cracks. So, the shite that's in it has, to a degree, kept it lubricated, I suppose. But, yeah. Nasty. Interestingly, really clean surfaces. Mating surfaces. Not a lot of sealant or anything else, which is somewhat strange. Yeah. That is fucking horrible in there though. Right. Now bearing in mind, obviously the engine is inverted at the moment, so that's the bottom end. Just look at that. I'll get you out from the ceiling so you can have a half decent look. Right, I was slightly freaked out there. I've given it a bit of a clean and chucked some heat on, see if I can get there. Not a great deal of joy, but I'll let it cool down properly before I get there properly. Just done a bit of eBay shopping. I'll hide that because it said my address. I bought a big vat of brake cleaner because I think that's the way that I'm going to have to clean this. There's no point
getting car cleaner and sprays, etc., etc. So I got a 5 because it's just an inefficient way of doing it. And while I was doing that, I realised I left the gate open because I had company and I hadn't invited her, but she's protecting the garage. I know some people get huffy about me putting the dog on and too much about the dog, not enough about the bikes. Just watch Doghouse Customs and see how much Craig's dog Blue being ill affected him. They're family members, they're not just pets. It's the way these things go. Best of luck to Blue. Hope his dog MOT goes well. Yeah, a bit of light tinkering. I've been moving stuff because I'm fascinated, frankly. This is why I like bikes, because I don't understand what they do, but they're really cool. Can't move that cog. That cog can come out. I did manage to bodge it back in. I was just trying to look at how it changes gears, so I know the feet, I know the arms affect it, and they push left and right, and it's the sort of stuff that I'm fascinated by, and I want to do more of. But the one fundamental, slightly, forgive the 1960s reference, but the slight housewife within me, it's just nasty and grotty and it needs a clean, which is not going to happen today, but I'll do what I can. I've got to take a break. I've got to take Kitty to a Kitty to a club, which is kind of a fucking byline for my life, to be brutally honest, but they enjoy it, keeps them happy, and more than anything else, it keeps them occupied. So I've got to go and do that, and then I'll have a bit more of a look. Frankly, I think I'm just going to follow the book. I have a nasty kink. It has been said before. I have a nasty kink in my chain. I think I've done that, but I'll do a bit more examining of that. I think I've cocked up at some point and caught it, but I do need to break this down so I can clean it. I could just spray, dose, and scrub, etc., etc., but that would feel a little bit half-assed, and I'm not feeling particularly half-assed. Yeah. Okay. Right. Club. Sort some shit out, and then I'll carry on with the strip. The oil filter. You look at that. Yeah. Like jumping in a bath after a teenager's been in it. Nasty, nasty. Right, that's you back up high, so I will be headbutting you. Various points, I'm sure. Let's go for the oil strainer. I have cracked the bolts beforehand. So it says the 2 bolts. Lift away, noting the oil ring at the flange end, so I'm expecting an oil ring on that end. Then goes into bits that pass through. It says it'll all be more obvious when you get there. Attached to something, so the really long one towards the centre of the gearbox. An oil ring. Yep. And that is horrendous. Now, I have ordered a big vat of clean. I can't remember if I said that. Torch. Okay, well, I'm brighter than that is. Right.
No, can't really see what it's on about there. Note that the right hand bolt passes into a weight shaft. This will be seen more clearly when the shaft is withdrawn. This is a screwdriver and let's try and pull that shaft out. Didn't like the sound of that. Didn't like the sound of that at all. Whatever is or was in there, it's gone far enough down that I can't see it anymore. I'm not about to just flip this engine over and throw it out. Loads of torches in the end, yet the best one is still on my phone. I can't see what the hell that's on about. Right, I think I know what it's talking about. I've looked forward to the remantling of it, so you're going to get a bad view, and I can't really give you a decent one, I'm afraid. One of the two bolts, the shorter of the two, I've been trying to see what, there's something in there. Brings back memories. There's something in there, but I can't quite get to it. So this is the oil filter one. The second bolt was there. Yeah. So that's now out, and it was saying slacken and remove the final bolt which goes through the support casting. One of the bolts together with the second oil Australian bolt secures the balance chain guide. So it's that one. So it's the one that's matched with it. I only got that through looking into the further section on putting it back together. Oh. It's actually half dropped out now, which makes sense. So that's now free. You can see nothing, and neither can I. Anyway, it's loose. That's for the chain. Is it that chain? Yes, it is, yeah. For the balance chain. Right, or what it calls the balance chain. So, loosen evenly in a diagonal sequence of both clamping and support casting to the crankcase upper half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One in the middle appears darker than the others for some reason. That will probably become apparent later. Right, just try and stop you wobbling a bit because I've just headbutted you again. Let's whip these out. Now they're all loose. All bagged up. Labelled and bagged. Support castings, chapter 15. Right, now theoretically, it's rubber mallet time. Yeah. Just trying to see where it's actually, where's the seam line, so it's around the bottom there. Presumably on the other half of that. Right. I'm probably going to stop. Well, no, I'll try and film it, but I'll try not to bang my head on the camera. difficulty is working out where I'm expecting it to come out. I think that looks like part of it. Right, I've got you back. I always like to expose the points where I'm doing something stupid before somebody else does. Missed a bolt, and it's entirely down to my perspective, i.e. where I'm looking from. Missed that one. So again, another good reason why when it says start hitting things with a rawhide hammer or a rubber mallet, just be fucking gentle. Because if you miss that and you start belting the crap out of it, you're going to achieve nothing and damage everything. So I'm going to get that out and try again. And I'll just bang my head on my fucking frame again. Right, so that's that last bolt out that I've missed. A few gentle love taps, really all it needed. And we're there. That's the bridge. Was taken out. Now what? Stood it fucking holding it. Yeah. Thanks, Haynes Manual. What the fuck's all of that? And casting is free. Lift it away, taking care not to lift out the chain guide block from the rear bar. Yeah, so it's the chain guide block, so that was to get out, not the whole piece. Well, that's fucking stupid. So that's not till 17, I'm on 15 at the moment. This is what annoys me about Haynes manuals. So you get photos of things like, let me bring you up. Lift away the oil strainer with the 2 bolts. The oil strainer can only be one thing. Then lift out the gearbox lay shaft as a complete unit. What the fuck is the gearbox lay shaft? Probably one of these. Anyway, so that appears to have all been when the casting is free, lift it away. Well, I can't because that chain is still attached. Have I missed something? Should I have removed all of that? Right, I figured it out. I did film it and then the camera went, no, you're full. I hadn't stripped my last uploads from it. So the bolt that was holding the oil filter on, or the 2 bolts, one there, I couldn't work out what he was saying in the book about it meeting elsewhere. It's this, which is the pivot for that. It's got the groove in it that the bolt goes down and holds it steady. It's, like I say, don't know what I'm doing. I am learning. I'm not fluent in Haynes. And there are times when its instructions are not clear. So that now comes out. And if I look blasé, it's because I got this far before it cut out me last time. So it does mention about all of the dowels. They're still all there. Common theme with this bike. Oof. It's just, yeah. If anyone's got a suggestion what this is, I think, is it just old oil? Is it just not move for donkeys? Don't know. I mean, it comes off easy enough.
The cam journals look fine, or the, what do they call them? I can't remember the name for them. But they look good. They don't look worn. They don't look scratched. Doesn't look like it's done a lot, frankly. I mean, the speedo showing 42,000 miles. Yeah, don't look bad at all. I'm running out of places to put things safely. I'll have a tidy up later. And again, gunky, but there's no chunks, no grooves. The teeth all look absolutely bangers. There's nothing wrong with them in the slightest. Yeah. Oh, I can now get to my canteen tightener, which is good because I won't have to have this on this rocky base. Right, what have I got next? Lift out the gear shaft as a complete unit. Can I get past? I can't get past that. Does it tell me to do that? Right, potentially against my better judgment. Can't find anything else to determine. Right, well, I've got one of these that can come out now. Is this the gearbox lay shaft? We shall find out, I suppose. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. In fact, let me take some photos first. For my benefit, not for yours. Just where the teeth, where the tongs on the gear selector go that particularly concern me. Dunno. And again, there's no scoring breaking chunks out of the gears. So you having my camera up here while I'm doing this makes me feel a little bit Lion King-esque. But I mean, to my totally untrained eye, there's nothing significantly wrong. There's no lumps, no chunks, no broken cogs. It's just smeggy. And keep all that sealed and together. You don't really want to have to try and place that together like the world's largest jigsaw puzzle. Now, can I get the... No, I'm hitting the badger. Now, let me get you down and I'll give you a up close and personality on what I can see. Grot. Nothing that's going to kill it, but a selector drum that doesn't really want to appear. I think we might have found why it's not wanting to change gear, because that selector drum, oh hang on, it's all pinned in, isn't it? I am being a fool. But previous times I've done this, I've at least got some movement out of it. Right, I need to get that out. It's going to pop straight out, but I'm going to have to get rid of the cam chain tensioner, or cam stay, I should say. Oh, not filming. So again, just more grotty than anything else. Ooh. I mean, I'm not cleaning stuff now, but do you know, why put it in a bag covered in keck? So, just a bit of blue roll rubage. And that was wedging in the cam chain stay. I wonder if I can actually get that. That will actually come out. So it's only going to go in one way now, isn't it? But it's bending away from the drive shafts, camshafts, towards the gearbox, towards the gears, I should say. The whole thing's a gearbox. Shut up now. Right, so I've got a bag for that. Yeah, I do. And I'll probably regret that, but it's the only way that I was going to be able to do this photos now. Right. I don't think I'll bother dropping the photos in the video. The upload. Again, familiar story. Everything moves, everything turns like it feels it should. It doesn't actually feel gritty either. The sediment on it is quite soft. It's just turbo mucky. I'll test these delivery bags. Right. Now, select a drum. Doesn't look like you want to move at all. I could probably remove all of this. It does move into the cam drive. In fact, let's just grasp the crankshaft, both ends, lift it. Do not suppose bearing halves. Move the cam chain. Yeah, I'm not sure how far I want to go. Right, it is the gear selector that I want to take a decent look at. So I think what I'll do, I'll probably knock this on the head here because it's probably been a very, very long upload. Significant progress. I'm down to a state where I can start to clean, if nothing else, because it is really skanky manky in here. I don't think it's that skanky manky that it has compromised it. My concern is the gear changer drum, which doesn't appear to want to move in the very slightest, which would explain why I couldn't get gears. Cheers all, I'll catch you later. Ta-da.